Guys, we are going to discuss another important topic from geography. There is a headline in TSPSC or APPSC. There is one of the headline of this topic is disaster management, right? Natural disasters or what? What is management? What are the mitigation strategies? They can ask you the previously what the disasters did take place and what are the going to ahead of the mitigation processes. Okay, what are the disaster response teams? Okay, what is authority? They can ask you any form of the question, but there is a question, make sure in each question paper, any question paper, there is a make sure question from this topic, disaster management or natural disasters. Okay, guys, disaster is what? What is hazardous waste is what? What is earthquake? What is tsunami? What is a drought? This is the country India. There are different kind of physiography features are there. There is a plain, northern plains are there, Himalayas hilly areas are there, Deccan plateau is there, like plateaus are there, coastal areas like Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat is there, islands are there like Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep, and desert also there is a Rajasthan, and easternmost states, northeasternmost states all there, hilly areas. So guys, this is the India different type of relief features that will take lead different type of natural disasters. Okay, yeah, we are going to discuss all over the things today class. Okay, yep, just look into this map. This is India, all over unequal relief features if come to the every region. Okay, so we are going to discuss each and everything later on it about this map. Okay, yes, what is actually hazard? Okay, hazardous waste, nothing but there is a hazardous it is leads to the disaster. Okay, yeah, hazard is the natural process of phenomenon which is the potential cause for the damage of life, property and environment. Example, earthquake, flood and cyclones. Okay, hazardous not equal to disaster. Okay, hazard is the different, disaster is the different. Okay, yeah, hazardous not equal to the disaster. Okay, hazardous become a disaster only when it causes to the large scale damage. Guys, just look into this. Hazardous, if any earthquake take place here, a certain point, there is an area where earthquake is take place here. Okay, the earthquake where if it is like any unknown area like in the ocean or any hilly area, that may not lead the like disaster. If it is earthquake, there is any Delhi area where most habituate or most populated area, if there any hazardous took place like earthquake or floodings, that will lead to the many lives. Okay, so and property, environment and destruction is take place. In that way, we can call it as disaster. Hazardous going to become disaster when most of the lives, like most of the property, most of the environment, if the destructive. Okay, guys, hazardous not equal to disaster, but it can be turned into the hazardous turn into the disaster when it is become only when causes a large scale damage. Okay, hazardous turn into the disaster. Yeah, disaster is what? Okay, this is the question. Disaster nothing but okay, Disaster nothing but, एक minute guys. Okay, it is sudden the word, sudden the word. Okay, extreme event causing a widespread damage. Extreme event, either it is flood, either it is drought, either it is earthquake, either it is volcanic eruption. Okay, anything. Tsunami, it is underwater. Okay, that is tsunami nothing but it is the earthquake in the water. There is a plate tectonic activity. Okay, the convergent or divergent of plate tectonic activity leads to the disaster where tsunami took place in the oceans. Okay, likewise any extreme event or causing widespread damage, that is destruction and human suffering beyond the coping capacity of community. Okay, yep. And if come to the example, there is 2004 ocean tsunami that is took place, and to 2013 there is a Kedarnath floods. Okay, these are the main disaster took place in India. Okay, recently. Vulnerability. What is vulnerability? The degree of which society or region exposed to risk of the hazards. Vulnerability. Okay, yeah, the higher densely populated and poor unplanned settlements leads to the disaster. Risk is what? Hazards into vulnerability into exposure, that all towards risk guys. Risky is hazardous risky and vulnerability is risky, exposure also risky. Okay, I hope you guys understand. Okay, what about hazardous, what about disaster? Okay, yeah. If come to the types of natural hazardous, okay, yeah, earthquake is the one of the type, that is the geological hazard, one of the type is earthquake. Okay, yeah, earthquake is what? This is the question guys, previous year question came from this earthquake. There are plenty of questions, number of exams the questions came from this area guys. Okay, earthquake is sudden release energy due to the tectonic movement. As you know guys, I did explain what is tectonic activity in the India physiography chapter. Okay, first chapter geography, the relief features Indian physiography. I did explain what tectonic activity, what are the plate tectonic activity. Okay, what is Gondwana land, what is Eurasian land, what is India mainland. Okay, I did explain the minor plates and major plates. Okay guys, you can go through that. Okay, yep. And sudden release of energy due to the tectonic movement, that is seismic waves. Okay, yeah, we are going to discuss what are the waves, P waves, what are the waves, S waves. Okay, in the coming sessions, physiography, there is a physical geography. I am going to explain you guys, don't worry about these waves. Okay, earthquake actually sudden release of energy due to the tectonic activity where seismic waves comes under. Okay, yeah, it is measured by the magnitude and intensity. Two ways it is can be measured. Okay, how much magnitude the earthquake to be taken, and what is intensity, how much intensity. Okay, magnitude we can measure it with the Richter scale guys. Okay, intensity it is Mercalli scale. This is important, they did ask in the previous year exam guys, most important, what is Richter scale, what is Mercalli scale. Mercalli scale is what, Richter scale is what. Mercalli scale is how much magnitude the earthquakes took place, and Richter scale, Richter scale how much magnitude the earthquake took place, and Mercalli scale intensity. Okay, how much intensity the earthquake has to be done. Okay, this is about two scales of earthquake. Okay, measurements. Okay, and India seismic zones, this is highly important they did ask in the previous year exam many times this question, guys. Okay, yeah. Zone 5, Zone 4, Zone 3 and Zone 1. Sorry, Zone 2. Okay, yeah. There are like 4 zones. India divided earthquake zones, guys. Earthquake zones are 4 zones in India. Okay, that is Zone 5 is very high earthquake area. Very high earthquake area is Zone 1. That is northeastern states, guys. Northeastern states, Himalayas, okay, Kutch, Gujarat. Okay, these are areas are mostly highly earthquake prone areas, guys. Okay, yeah. And yeah, Zone 4 is highly earthquake area, not very high. It is Delhi, Punjab, Bihar, Gujarat. Delhi, Punjab, Bihar, Gujarat. And Zone 3, it is moderate, Kerala, Goa, West Bengal, plain. Okay, yeah. And if come to the Zone 2, which is peninsular area like plateaus. Okay, plateaus, peninsular area, plateaus, guys. Okay, guys, I am going to show you. Zone 5 is the very high, Zone 4 is high, and Zone 3 is moderate, Kerala, Goa and West Bengal plains, and Zone 2 is the lower, very low intensity of earthquake, that is peninsular shield. That is peninsular mean Deccan plateau, these central plateaus, guys. Mostly there is actually, okay, yeah, I am going to show you here. Yeah, this is, guys, Zone 5. Okay, this is Zone 5, Zone 5 area. Very high, northeastern states, Gujarat, okay, Himalayas, northeastern state, Gujarat. This is Zone 5. Zone 5, okay, northeastern states, okay, east Himalayas, northeastern states and Gujarat Kutch region, Zone 5. Zone 4 is where? Zone 4 is Delhi, Punjab, Chandigarh, Haryana. This is Zone 4. Zone 4. They can ask you, guys, they can ask you the question, they can give you the region which is comes under Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, Zone 4. Sorry, Zone 5, Zone 4, Zone 3, Zone 2, not Zone 1. Zone 1 is not there. Okay, they can ask you, guys, in this way. Okay, one side states, one side zones. Match the following questions they can ask you, guys. Match the following questions they can ask you from. Zone 1 is Zone 5 is northern Himalayas and eastern states, okay, northeastern states, and Zone 4 is Delhi, Haryana, Punjab, this area, central Delhi area, guys. Okay, this area is Zone 4, Zone 4 area. Okay, Zone 3 is what? Yeah, Kerala, Goa and West Bengal plain is Zone 3. Okay, Kerala, Goa, West Bengal. This Kerala, Goa, West Bengal plain. Zone 3. Zone 3. Okay, yeah, Kerala, Goa, West Bengal is the Zone 3. Zone 2 is where? This is all over Deccan Plateau. This is all over plateaus are Zone 2. guys. Okay, just look into this again. Okay, I'm gonna explain it. Zone 1 state, zone 1 is zone 5. Zone 5, what are the states? Zone 5, Northern Himalayas, Northern Himalayas, Northern Himalayas, okay, and northeastern states, northeastern states, okay, zone 5, okay, and Gujarat Kutch area, Kutch, Gujarat. These areas are highly earthquake areas, okay. Zone 5 comes under zone 5. Highly earthquake areas are what? North Himalayas, eastern states and Gujarat Kutch. Zone 5, zone 5. Zone 4, okay. Zone 4 is what? Zone 4 area is Delhi. First one is Delhi, Haryana, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh. Like areas are zone 4, okay. Delhi, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, this is zone 4 guys. This is like highly, okay. This is very high. Zone 5 is very high. Zone 4 is high earthquake area. And zone 3 is Kerala, and this is Kerala and Goa, and West Bengal region, This is zone 3, okay, yeah. And zone 2 is there is a plateau area, okay. There is a plateau area is zone 2, okay. Very less intense of earthquake guys. They can ask you sure question, make sure question from this exam guys. Coming exam they can ask you make sure question, okay. Yeah, I hope you guys understand where zone 5 is the highly earthquake area. Zone 5 is the very high earthquake area, Himalayas and northeastern states. Himalayas and northeastern state is zone 5. Zone 4 is the highly earthquake area. That is Delhi surround areas. Delhi and Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh. Zone 4. Zone 3, that is very like a moderate earthquake area. Zone 3 is the moderate. Kerala, Goa and West Bengal plains. Okay. Zone Kerala, Goa, West Bengal prone area. This is the moderate earthquake area. And zone 2 is the less earthquake area, mainly the mainland of the plateau area. Okay. This is zone 2, very less earthquake area. This is the plate tectonic earthquake areas in India has 4 zones guys, 4 zones. They can ask you how many zones? 4 zones, zone 5, zone 4, zone 3, zone 2. There is no zone 1. There is no earthquake area. Everywhere there is a sometimes earthquake. So in that way there is no zone 1 guys. Okay. Zone 5 is the highly intense, zone 4 is the intense, zone 3 is the moderate, zone 2 is the less. Okay, this is about the earthquake area, guys. Okay, yep. Okay, yeah, they can ask you the question from this. Make sure there is a question from this, guys. Okay, make sure there is a question from this. So you have to be remember what is Richter scale, what is Mercalli scale. Okay, Richter scale, the magnitude of earthquake they can measure, and Mercalli scale, the intensity of earthquake they can measure. Okay, this is the two scales important. Okay, and 4 zones important. Okay, zone 4, zone 5, zone 3, zone 2 important. Okay, these are the previous year previous examples, guys. Okay, they might not ask you, they can ask you this only. Okay, most important, take a screenshot this slide, take a screenshot this slide, most important, guys. Okay, yep. And volcanic eruptions. Okay, volcanic eruptions, the lava, gases and ash that can be destruction of fertile soil or long run. Okay, yeah, lava, you know how it is lava exit out? It is sometimes active, dormant and extinct. Sometimes active, dormant, extinct. Mean some areas active mean the lava is always going out from the earth crust. Okay, where India as barren island, Andaman Islands, barren island is the only active volcanic in India. This is important. This is important, very, very, very important for coming exam, guys. Barren island, where from the Andaman Nicobar island is the only active volcanoes from India. Active volcanoes. There are number of volcanoes in the world active. There is still, they are going like flame, that is lava. Okay, yeah. So in India there is a barren island in Andaman Nicobar island, that is actually active volcano. Okay, yes, they can ask you in the exam, guys, which one of the following is active volcano. Okay, yeah. Landslides, rapid downslope movement of rocks and debris soils. It is causes by heavy rainfall, deforestation, earthquake and unscientific construction. Okay, yep. Vulnerable areas like Himalayas, Western Ghats and northeastern states are the more vulnerable for the landslides. Okay, example Malpa landslide, Uttarakhand. Okay, guys, earthquake, volcanoes and landslides, these are the natural disaster. These are the natural disasters. Okay, cyclones. Cyclones also one of the natural disaster, as you know. Okay, yeah. What are the cyclones or natural disaster? Okay, yeah. Low pressure system over a warm seas and high speed winds. Okay, that are the cyclones. Cyclones, you know, this is the low pressure belts. Low pressure belts in the ocean, guys, that leads to the circulate all over the water around the low pressure, that is called cyclone. Cyclone means cycle like structure. That is tropical cyclone in India, Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea. Around the India this side Bay of Bengal, this side Arabian Sea, right? Around India, if there any low pressure belt created in these seas, we can call cyclone. And temperate cyclones, that is mid latitudes. Mid latitudes mean Europe area, there is a Atlantic Ocean or Pacific Ocean, there is a mid latitude areas. If there any low pressure belt created in the seas or oceans, we can call that is temperate cyclones. Especially tropical cyclones took place around the India. Okay, guys, they can ask you, you have to be before exam, you have to be go through that any disaster took place recently. Okay, Google it and you have to be you have to be look into that. That is the most important. They can ask you recent events, any cyclones or floods or disasters. Okay, earthquake or any food material poisons, like these are all also disasters, guys. They can ask you any form. Okay, yes. And India cyclone prone states Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat. These are the coastal areas. These are the coastal areas. Okay. Example: Cyclone Fani 2019, Hudhud 2014, and Ampan 2020. Okay. These are the cyclone names where recently cyclones took place, guys. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. And if come to this floods, it is heavy rainfall, poor damage and dam failures. These are the reason for the floods. Okay. India floods prone areas: Ganga, Brahmaputra plains and Bihar, Assam, UP, Odisha. These are the flooding areas. I told you in the rivers, I told you the chapter rivers. What are the shadow of Bengal, Damodar river. Okay. Shadow of Bihar, Kosi river. Okay. Shadow of UP, okay, Gagra river. Okay. These rivers, I told you, these rivers causes the floodings in their respective states, guys. They can ask you any form. Okay. Yep. And flash floods, coastal floods and urban floods also took place in India. Kerala floods 2018 is the most example. Okay. Recent floodings. Okay. Yep. Floods also one of the disaster. Disaster mean tectonic, plate tectonic, earthquake disaster, volcanic eruptions disaster, floods disaster. Okay, I did. Okay, complete it. The disasters. And droughts. Droughts is the we don't have sudden experience of the sudden damage of droughts, but it can be actually damage of Indian economy, or it can be lead to the hunger of the nation. This is the drought is the most important disaster, guys. Okay, you can't expect a drought is the disaster, but it is the main disaster in India. Okay, it is the prolonged water scarcity due to the high rainfall, due to the low rainfall leads to the drought. Okay, meteorological drought, that is actually rainfall very low. Hydrological drought, which is low surface of groundwater. Agriculture drought, it is crop failure. Okay. Yeah. Ecological drought, ecosystem imbalance. Okay. Drought can be, of course we can apply the drought for any system like ecosystem, or else agriculture, or else other water storage. Okay. We can conclude if it is rainfall deficit. Okay. Drought is comes under all over here. Drought prone states, mostly Rajasthan, there is a drought prone, there is a water scarcity. Maharashtra, major areas, okay, Vidarbha like. Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh is the very drought areas, guys. Okay. Yeah, we can going to discuss drought about it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, heat waves. Heat waves also one of the disasters, guys. These days actually temperature increasing every year, like it will be actually touches 50 degrees centigrade in the summer, guys. Okay. Yep. Heat waves, prolonged period of abnormality high temperature, especially North India, May, June, during the May, June. Cold waves also disaster, severe winters, Punjab, Haryana, UP, Bihar during the winter time. Okay. Yes. And hydrological hazards like tsunami, seismic sea waves due to the underwater earthquakes, the volcanic eruptions, landslides are the mostly they can took place in the tsunami. It can be travel more than 800 kilometers high. Just see how much it is intensive. Okay, it is huge coastal destruction. Example, 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Okay, that is epicenter near Sumatra, affected Andaman Nicobar and Tamil Nadu. Okay, yeah, glacial lake outbreak floods also one of the reason for the disaster. Sudden discharge of glacial lakes, Himalayas also. Okay, yeah, Chamoli disaster, Uttarakhand 2021. This is the most like recent occur disaster by the floods, guys. Okay, these landslides. Okay, yeah, this is the most important disasters, guys, in Indian like system. India disaster profile, this is important. They can ask you Previously they did ask in the exam, guys. Previously they did ask. This is very important for coming exam. They can ask you increasing order, they can ask you decreasing order. Okay, 59% land mass is earthquake. Earthquake is 59. Okay, 40 million hectares is flood. 40%. Sorry, 40% is flood. No, actually flood it is not 40%, which is about 10%. 10 to 40%. 10 to 40% is floods. Okay, cyclones are 8%. Cyclones are 8%. 68% which is droughts. 68% drought. Yeah, they can ask you the decreasing order or increasing order. Increasing order. Increasing order first is cyclones. Okay, cyclones. Cyclones. After that floods. Floods. After that earthquakes. Earthquakes. After that drought. Guys, they can ask you increasing order or decreasing order. Okay, yeah, first like increasing order, cyclones 8%, cyclones 8%, and there is a floods 10 to 40%, assume it is 40% floods. Okay, after that earthquake 59%, 59% earthquake, and 68% droughts. Just they can ask you increasing order or a decreasing order. Okay, first is flood, cyclones, so after that floods, after that earthquake, after that drought. Drought is the highly earthquake, highly disaster of India. Okay, this is about Indian mainland, this is about India disaster profile. Okay, most disaster prone countries in the world. India is the one of the most disaster prone in the world, guys. Okay, they can ask you any form, they can ask you any form. Okay, yeah, impact of disasters, human loss or life, health issues and migration, economic destruction, crops failures and infrastructure damage and property loss, environmental. Okay, it is social, soil erosion, deforestation, ecosystem damage, socially displacement, psychological trauma and social unrest. These are the effects, impacts of the disasters. Okay, disaster management India, this is important, this is important for coming exam, this is also important. Disaster Management Act, when it took place, 2005, Disaster Management Act, it is created NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority. National Disaster Management Authority created by Disaster Act, guys. Okay, that is Disaster Management Act 2005, that is created National Disaster Management Authority, NDMA. Okay, NDMA created by the Act 2005. Okay, NDMA authority chaired by Prime Minister, guys. Prime Minister, this is important, they did ask you NDMA chairman. NDMA chairman, it is not a particular body to allocate a particular chairman. This is NDMA comes under Prime Minister, guys. Okay, Prime Minister is chaired. Okay, yeah, NDMA chaired by Prime Minister. NDRF is the response force by the National Response Force. As it is NDMA, NDRF, like that State Disaster Management Authority also there. State Management Disaster Responsibility Force also there. SDMA, State Disaster Management Authority, chaired by who? Okay, chaired by CM, chaired by CM. Okay, SDMA, our Telangana CM Revanth Reddy is the chairman of this SDMA, State Disaster Management Authority. Okay, Revanth Reddy is the chairman. Prime Minister Modi is the NDMA chairman. Okay, they can ask you the question, previously they did ask. Okay, District Management Authority response. Okay, District Management Authority. Who is the chairman? Who is the chair? District Management Authority. That is collector. District collector is the chaired by District Management Authority. This is important. District level is collector, state level is CM, national level is PM. This is the most important for coming exam, guys. NDMA created by National Disaster Management Act 2005 is created. NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority, chaired by Prime Minister. State Management Disaster Authority, chaired by like CM, and if district come to the district, it is collector. Okay, I hope you guys understand. They might ask you the question in the coming exam. This is important. Okay, case studies. Earthquakes, these also they can ask you the previously how done the damage, huge damage, there is a history, they can ask you from this also. Okay, 2001 there is a Bhuj earthquake, 20,000 people died, Bhuj earthquake. 2004 tsunami, 2 lakhs people dies globally. Okay, 2013 Kedarnath floods, this is the actually landslides floods, Uttarakhand. Kerala floods 2008, okay, and cyclone Amphan 2020, severe damage of West Bengal and Odisha. This is also important, guys, if come to this exam. Okay, coming exam. Okay, pre-YQ questions they did ask pre-YQ question. This is the most important. Barren Island, where it is the only active volcano in India. Where it is? Andaman Nicobar Island. Okay, Andaman Nicobar Island. There is a barren island which is only active volcano in India. Okay, highest seismic zone is 5th zone. Highest seismic zone is 5th zone. That is comes under northern Himalayas, northeastern states. Okay, IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, that can be monitor cyclones, weather hazards. Heat waves mainly northern and central India, May, June. The largest flood prone area, Bihar. Kosi River is the reason for Bihar floodings. The sorrow of Bihar is Kosi. Okay, sorrow of Bihar is Kosi. Tsunami early warning center in Hyderabad. This is important. INCOIS. Tsunami early warning center, where it is located? Hyderabad. This is important for coming exam, guys. Okay, where? That is INCOIS. Okay, this is also, take a screenshot, most important slide, guys. Okay, guys, just look into this table. Look into this table. Types of hazard, causes and major examples and affected Indian states and regions. Earthquake, it is the geological, okay, plate tectonic activity like hazard, hazard. Okay, major is Gujarat 2001, 2015 Nepal. Okay, and affected areas mostly Himachal, Jammu Kashmir. Okay, Uttarakhand, northeastern state, Gujarat, Bihar and Delhi, most areas. Volcano also geological like disaster, that is magma eruption from earth crust, Okay, Barren Island, Andaman is the only active volcano in India. Okay, this is Andaman Nicobar Island. Landslides, heavy rainfalls, earthquakes and deforestation and construction is the reason. Okay, actually Kedarnath, Nilagiri areas, mostly Himalayas and Western Ghats. Okay, cyclones, low pressure belts over a warms or seas. Okay, Odisha super cyclone, Hudhud and Amphan are the main cyclones. Mainly it is coastal areas, Odisha, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, mainly coastal. Floodings, okay, flood is hydrological event, that is rainfall and river overflow, dam failure, urbanization, reason for the floodings. Okay, mainly Ganga, Brahmaputra plains, okay, northern plains. Drought, low rainfall, poor irrigation, okay, El Nino effect will create a drought. Okay, that is Maharashtra drought and Marathwada is the main areas. Okay, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Karnataka, AP, Telangana are the drought areas. Okay, guys, this is the most important table. You have to be like focus it and take a screenshot and read it, guys. Most important. Okay, yeah. Take a screenshot. I hope you have to understand very easy, okay, if you read it. Okay, this is the chapter. Sure, there is a question. You have to be practice more question from this chapter, guys. Okay, yep. Yeah, major events. Recently, major events took place by the disasters. Okay, yeah. Bhopal gas disaster in India, 1984. They can ask you the year. Make sure they can ask you the year from this question. Okay, the historically what are the major events, major disasters took place, the year they can ask you. Okay, Bhopal gas tragedy, this is a disaster 1984. Okay, what happened the night December 2 or 3, between the night, the tank containing methyl isocyanate, this is the chemical, gas chemical, methyl isocyanate. Okay, this is leaked by the company name is Union Carbide plant in Bhopal. Okay, company name is Union Carbide. This is the pesticide company. Okay, Union Carbide. The gas name is, that is methyl isocyanide, MIC, methyl isocyanide, guys. Okay, actually this is the gas leaked by this company in the Bhopal in 1984. Guys, some lakhs people are died with this. There is no even calculated that much of people are died during their night sleep. Guys, it is the major event took in India 1984. Okay, guys, this is the very, very dangerous. Okay, yeah, recently judgment about this strategy, that is actually that person has the person who is the reason for this, he got lifetime sentenced in the jail. Right, recently 2 years ago there is a judgment about this. Okay, how see it is after 20 years. Okay, yes. Like guys, just look into here, they can important, year important, the chemical is important and the company name is important, the area is important. Okay, they can ask you any from this. Okay, Bhopal gas disaster 1984. And the next one, Minamata disease 1950-1960, between 1950 and 1960, Minamata. Mina mean fish. Okay, yeah, what happened? Methyl mercury. This is the methyl mercury. Chemical is methyl mercury discharged by Chisco Corporation into the Minamata Bay. Mean there is a water body. Bioaccumulation in the seafood. Bioaccumulation in the seafood. Local consuming contaminated fish developed by neurological symptoms including ataxia, vision, hearing loss and paralysis, intensity and even fetal deformation. Guys, Minamata disease actually it will took place in the Japan. Mean fishes like they can eat fishes. The fishes grown in the bay, mean there is a water body, some area the fishes grown. The fishes eat the people. They are if they eat, they got severe of neurological problems like hearing loss, vision loss. Okay, there are paralysis. Okay, took place because of there is a bioaccumulation of seafood. Bioaccumulation who? That is the chemical methyl mercury. Methyl mercury. Guys, just look into this. This is the fish. Okay, this is the fish. Okay, the fish if it is eat, sorry, it is not fish. Okay, if it is fish, okay, if it is eat fish, actually this is the mercury. If the mercury eat fishes, okay, this is enter into the fish's body. The mercury enter into the fish's body. Okay, fish's body. This is the fish's body. If it is eat a human, eat a human, that is enter into the human body. That is enter into the human body. This is accumulated in the fish's cells. Accumulated in the fish's cell. What? Methyl mercury. What? Methyl mercury. Methyl mercury accumulated in the fishes, mean fishes cannot digest that chemical. In the same way, if the person eat that fishes, that is enter into the person body, that is effect in the person. This is about methyl mercury. We can call this is the bioaccumulation called biomagnification. We can call biomagnification. This word is important. Biomagnification. The concentration increase in the tissues, the toxicity increase in the tissues if it is accumulated. If it is eat that, you can actually that is enter into your body. Okay, this is the process called bioaccumulation. They can ask you in the exam, what is biomagnification? What is biomagnification? The accumulation of toxicity increasing in the tissues is called biomagnification. Okay, that is example is Minamata disease. They can ask you which one of the following disease is comes under biomagnification. That is Minamata disease, where in the Japan during 1950 and 1960. Okay, they can ask you such question, guys, most important for disaster management. Okay. Yeah, Chernobyl nuclear disaster, Ukraine. This is 1986. 1986, Ukraine, Chernobyl natural disaster. This is the nuclear disaster, guys. Ukraine, there is a nuclear plant. The leak of nuclear plant leads to the many damage. That is Chernobyl, Ukraine nuclear disaster, 1986. What happened in 1986? The flood safety test at reactor 4 lead to the power surge, explosion and meltdown, widespread release of radioactive material, that is uranium. Okay, this is Chernobyl. Chernobyl took place Ukraine. Minamata took place Japan during 1950, and Bhopal gas disaster is India 1984. Okay, 1984 India, 1950 or 60 that is Japan. This is Chernobyl is 1986. Okay, they can ask you the years also. They can ask you years or they can ask you the order. Okay, yes. Chernobyl is Ukraine. Okay, Minamata is Japan. India is Bhopal gas. Methyl isocyanide. Methyl isocyanide is the Union Carbide is the company. Methyl isocyanide is the chemical in the Bhopal. and Minamata, methyl mercury is the methyl mercury is the poison, that is the chemical. If come to the Chernobyl, there is a uranium plant, uranium radioactive plant. Okay, yes, and this is actually, guys, table you have to be remember. Okay, Bhopal gas 1984 industrial leak, it is a chemical leak. Okay, Minamata disease 1956 and 60 environmental, it is the mercury. Okay, and Chernobyl 1986, it is the radioactive leak. Okay, wildfires Europe, this is recently took place. Okay, wildfires Europe, that is climate induced disaster. Okay, Pakistan floods also took place 2025. AMOC study, that is climate system instability, global climate tipping points. You have to be just go through this in the current affairs, guys. Current affairs, you can go through this. Okay, this is the important table for coming exam also. Okay, yep. Next, super quick facts about, once again, this is the most important facts, guys. Take a screenshot, most important for coming exam. Barren Island is the only active volcano in India. INCOIS Hyderabad, it is the tsunami early warning center. Zone 5 is the highest earthquake area, northeastern Himalayas and Kutch areas. Bihar is the most flood prone area, and Odisha, West Bengal is the most cyclone prone states. Rajasthan, Maharashtra is the most drought areas. Okay, yeah, Chamoli 2021, this is the disaster in Uttarakhand. They can ask you, guys, one side states, one side events, natural disaster events. Okay, yes, they can ask you floods mainly due to these states. Okay, they can ask you increasing order floods, first Bihar, West Bengal, later you can choose the another states, guys. They can ask you any form. Okay, yep. Questions based on natural disasters, MCQs. Which of the following is the only active volcano in India? Barren Island, located Andaman Sea. Okay, yeah, Barren Island is the active volcano in India, guys. Most important, they can ask you in the coming exam. Which zone of India is most prone high seismic risk zone? Zone 5. Zone 5 is what? That is Himalayas and northeastern states. Zone 5 is the maximum risk. Himalayas, northeastern, Kutch, Andaman areas are the most disaster areas, guys. Okay, yes. 2004 Indian Ocean, the tsunami originated near Sumatra. Okay, Indian Ocean, epicenter was 9.1 magnitude earthquake near Sumatra, Java. Okay, Java Islands. Sorry, Sumatra Islands, Indonesia. Sumatra Island, Indonesia. Which of the following disaster is not caused by tectonic activity? Tectonic activity is plate tectonic earthquake. Okay, tsunami, landslides, cyclones. Tsunami also earthquake in the water. Landslides earthquake in the coastal areas. Earthquake are the actually events in the plateaus. Cyclone is not a reason for the earthquake. Cyclone are the atmospheric hazards. Okay, not earthquake hazardous. Which state is called flood capital of India? Bihar. Bihar, more than 70% of Bihar floods prone area. Okay, yeah. Chamoli disaster 2021, Uttarakhand was due to GLOF, glacial lake outburst flood. Okay, Chamoli, Uttarakhand. Drought prone area in India are mainly found in Rajasthan and Maharashtra is the main area of droughts. Okay. Which cyclone hit the Odisha 1999 causing massive damage? Super cyclone 1999. Super cyclone 1999. Guys, this is also important. National Disaster Management Authority, India is chaired by Prime Minister. This is important. This is important. Very, very, very important. Prime Minister is the NDMA chaired. Okay. 1 minute, guys. Okay. Yeah, Prime Minister is the NDMA authority chairman. The headquarter of India Tsunami Early Warning Center is located Hyderabad. This is also most important. This is also most important. Hyderabad, this is not a coastal area. This is not a like any seashore or oceans related area, but there is a center of the Tsunami Early Warning Center, guys. INCOIS, most important. Okay, most of the students, they don't guess it Hyderabad. Okay, this is Hyderabad, not a Chennai, not a Bombay, not a Kolkata. Okay, yeah. Which one of the following is okay cryospheric hazard? Avalanche. Cryo mean it is the snow. Cryo is the word is about cool snow. Okay, snow is avalanches. Avalanches is the snow hazardous. Okay. Which scale is used for measure of the magnitude of the earthquake? Richter scale. Richter scale is the magnitude of the earthquake. In Mercalli scale, it is the intensity of earthquake. Okay, yeah. Beaufort winds. Beaufort is the winds, guys, most important. Okay, Richter scale is the magnitude of earthquake. Okay, yeah, Mercalli scale is the intensity of earthquake. Beaufort is the winds, they can calculate. Okay, and Saffir-Simpson is the cyclones. Simpson is the cyclones. Beaufort is the winds. Most important, guys, most important. Beaufort is winds. Okay, Saffir-Simpson is cyclones. Okay, these are the measuring methods. Which disaster is the most common in the Western Ghats? Landslides. Of course, coastal area, land erosion, landslide are the most favored disasters. Which of the following is the slow onset disaster? Drought. Drought is the slow onset disaster, not immediately effect. 2013 Kedarnath disaster is mainly caused by flash, floods and landslides. Floods and landslides. Which is the most cyclone prone coast of India? Okay, Coromandel coast, east coast, okay, especially Odisha, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, Coromandel coast is most cyclone prone area, Coromandel coast. This is important for coming exam. This is important for coming exam, guys. Coromandel coast is the most cyclone prone area. Okay, yeah. Which of the following disaster is measured by Saffir-Simpson scale? Cyclone. This is also most important for a coming exam, guys. Okay, this is also important for coming exam, most important. Okay, which of the following disaster is measured by Saffir-Simpson scale? Okay, that is like cyclone, guys. Okay, sorry, it is not visible, right? Cyclone. Okay, yes. In India, forest fires are mostly frequent in Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand is mostly forest fires are took place. Heat waves in India generated occur in May, June, especially Bihar places. Which of the following combination is correct? Earthquake, Richter scale, cyclone is Saffir-Simpson, wind speed is Beaufort, tsunamis, no specific magnitude. All of the above is important. Guys, this is the most important question, guys. This is the most important question. Okay? Yes. Key areas, key tips: zones, states mapping, cyclone prone states, flood prone states. Okay? Remember the situation of NDMA, NDRF, IN, COIS, IMD. Focus on case studies. Okay? Guys, this is the important for like coming disaster management. This is the most important topic. You have to be practice at least 100 questions, at least 100 MCQs from this chapter, guys. Most important, there is a chance, highly chances question. There is make sure question from this topic, guys. Make sure. Okay, don't leave it this chapter. You have to practice n number of questions. That is better for you. Thank you so much. If you like it, guys. Share it. Thank you so much.